to I had to kill an animal, which wasn't great. So I have chickens, as mother-in-law was away in the States, so she left her dog with us, which is a boxer dog. So
delightful.
And so it's my fault. So I was in the kitchen. I'd got into the habit of letting the dogs out in the company of the chickens, because they were generally okay. They didn't bother the chickens. They just, were curious. They'd go over, have a look at them, give them a sniff, make sure, what's that kind of thing. And then because you're, a modern human, you forget that dogs actually had another function beyond companionship and something fluffy to pet and tell your problems to, and no one else will listen to you. So, they actually have prey drive within them, even unbeknownst to themselves. They're, So I got the call, come here. And I'm going, oh, fuck, what's wrong? Because, the tone of when something terrible happened. So my wife's calling me, there's something wrong with the chicken, one of the chickens. I'm going, what do you mean there's something wrong with the chickens? Like, I looked out the back window, just this fucking feathers everywhere. And this was the dominant hen as well. So she's down, her head's flat on the ground, her eyes are closed, and you can see she's breathing kind of heavily. So I'm like, oh for fuck's sake. And then, so, you think people are fucking loving and caring, and you don't think it's possible with hens. See what the other 3 hens are doing. The way with elephants, when one of them dies or one of them's injured or sick, they all gather around and kind of try to care for it. Well, the hens start pecking the bitch like
food. This is food now.
Yeah, the prison bitch was down. She was the one who was bullying the other ones, pecking them left, right, and center. Now, it's like, fuck you, bitch. Bang, bang, bang. Peck.
Wow.
Yeah, and especially the one who was on the lowest rung of the hierarchy. Like, she was fucking right in there trying to finish her off. I was like, fuck you, bitch. I knew this would happen one day. Fuck you. They were on her like it. Their lives fucking depended on it. So I had a closer look, and you could see at the back of her neck was right open. So you could see, you start to see internal organs and everything. So they were doing that as well. Yeah, it's food, and so they were actually eating her, while she was still alive.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So I'm like, fuck, man. What do I do?
Yeah.
I've no veterinary skills. I'm not bringing a fucking chicken to the vet, because I've some level of judgment. God, it doesn't look good.
No.
She's fucking lying on the ground. She can't get up. I tried to pick her up, but it's just like, she's almost a dead weight. Her eyes are closed. She's breathing fucking heavily. Her neck is torn open. There's nothing else for it, so I'm going to have to fucking kill the chicken. And sit down. I'm like, fuck. I had to kill, I think, like a sparrow that one of my cats got from years ago when I was maybe 14, and I rang its neck, and that took like fucking 20 minutes. So I didn't know how to do it properly. So I fucking tortured a sparrow for 20 minutes trying to put it out of its misery. So I'm like, right, I'm not doing that again. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to fucking get a hatchet or something like that. So I go, there's no hatchet. So I'm like, what the fuck do I have? Then I'm thinking, right, do I suffocate it? I'm kind of like, how do you actually suffocate a fucking chicken? Like get a pillow and fucking suffocate the chicken.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Okay, I would make this mistake too, so no judgment. But didn't you not think of this stuff before you got chickens?
No. I knew eventually they're going to die, right? Or something might happen, but I hadn't I'm somewhat impulsive.
You just assumed, they'd just be lying on their deathbed and all the other chickens would be gathered around and drift off.
I researched it, I researched it as best I could. So, I looked into, how long does a chicken live for? Right. What are the potential issues that can arise? Mites, infections. the kind of how chickens interact with each other, what problems could arise, given that they have a hierarchy.
You really are a city person, because the vet will charge you more to fix your chicken than it costs to just get another chicken. You just kill it.
No.
You finish it.
No, but here's
it's
the thing.
sick.
But
kill
here's
it.
The thing. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, because they're not just chickens. Like, they're not just
They're your friends.
It's not just. Yeah, that's
They're
it.
family.
It's my peer group.
Yeah. You relate to them. You relate to them more than you do your children. Yeah,
exactly.
I get it.
Yeah, they're just children I wanted to have. They behave better. They're fucking, they handle routine better. They're always happy to see me. They always eat their dinner. And the upkeep is, minimal. So we named the fucking things like, so they're backyard chickens. So right. their pets come. They lay some eggs, which is nice. We don't have them to potentially eat them or breed them and then eat them for food. Because I live in a town. If we were on some farmland or we had extended piece of land, well, then it would be a different story. There would be, okay, well, these are livestock. They're not pets. So, first thing we're doing, we're not naming them. It's very difficult to kill something with a name.
Sorry, Jerry.
Yeah, exactly. So you grow somewhat attached to them. I'm not really attached. I will go out and so when okay, right. So I'm going away from killing the chicken for a moment. So when they arrive, so again, I research it, so they have to know that I'm basically that they're submissive to me. So when you get them, you have to pretend you're the cockerel. So you grab them, you pin their head to the ground with your hand. So you essentially hold them by the back of the neck and you push them into the ground, and then you lay your hand on their back. So they think you're fucking them. They think you rape them. It's like I'm dominating you, bitch. Get your fucking head down there. Put my hand on your ass, and you're going to submit. And so once you do that to them, they're fine. And the same with a rooster. If you have an unruly rooster, that's what you do to get it under control. You grab it, pin its head to the ground, fuck it in the ass, and then it does what you want. Like, so it's essentially the same hierarchy. You can't get away from it. It's an inbuilt structure on this fucking piece of dirt that we happen to find ourselves on. You can't escape it. It's every fucking where. Permeates everything, and it's an all encompassing structure. So then when they see me the next day or subsequent days, they bow to greet you. So they're showing their submission, like, so they come over to you. They bend down, they lower themselves to the ground. So listen, I'm showing my submission. So then you give them a rub, and you say like, "Oh, good morning, girls. How are you?" Give them their food. Then you're on about your business, and it's just the act. Like, so I'm not used to killing animals.
No.
Most people aren't, or will never have done it. And so then I'm thinking, well, what's the quickest way I can fucking do it? Like, so then there's no axe. I'm thinking about suffocating it. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to choke the chicken, so to speak. Like, so then the only thing I had was my fucking my shoe. So I had to take my shoe off.
What the fuck?
So I had to take my kind of shoe off and just beat the chicken's head in with my shoe.
What the fuck? No wonder you're depressed after that. Jesus.
No, I didn't. That's just for a comedic effect. But I actually did.
You fucking cunt. Go on.
So everything is true up until the beating it to death with a shoe. So I did get an axe, right? And so
thank God you have an axe. Your wife will still fuck you. Okay, that's good.
So I got the axe until I'm like, okay, right. So okay, I'll just lop its fucking head off. So I said, right, well, I'll quickly do it in one go. So as I'm about to do it, well, then the fucking chicken's its eyes open. So its eyes open and it's looking at me now.
Oh no! Oh no.
It's fucking looking at me, right? And I'm like, oh god. So then I'm kind of rubbing its head, talking to it like I'm in a movie, like, listen, it's okay. Don't worry. It'll all be over in a minute. Like, hang in there, man. You can do it. Stay away from the light. So I'm rubbing the chicken's head, saying, it's okay. Just close your eyes. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So then I kind of lay its head down again. I had another look at its neck, and just to make sure, is this thing actually fucked?
Salvageable. Yeah.
Yeah. I was, is there something I can do? No, there's nothing I can do. So then it kind of calmed down a little bit. And so then I picked the axe up and swung it onto its neck, and it didn't come off in one go. Yeah, man. So it didn't come off in one go. So then the fucking chicken's eyes basically just, shot open. Its beak open and its tongue kind of rolled out of its mouth as if it was kind of saying, help, help. Give it a second swing. Then my fucking 13-year-old daughter walks out the back door, unaware of what's happening. So sees Daddy there with a fucking axe in his hand, butchering the chicken with no context. So she just looks horrified. Then fucking walks backwards back into the house. Just horrified, man. Absolutely fucking horrified. And what's Daddy doing? I'm like, okay, so then I'll get the chicken, bang, the second blow, and the head comes off. So the head's there. So, and anyone knows, you decapitate something like for maybe a minute or two. It's still mouthing and its eyes are flickering, and the tongue's popping in and out, and then the body itself is spasming, or wings are flapping, legs are kicking. So to give it some level of dignity, I put a bin liner over it so I wouldn't have to look at it. And just left it there for 2 or 3 minutes, come back and check on it. And then say, okay, has it stopped twitching? Yeah, okay, it stopped twitching. Okay, so, I'll give it a dignified burial. So I just fucked it in the bin. So I wrapped it up. I'm thinking, should I eat it? Should I honor its sacrifice? And fucking eat the thing? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to bother. I don't think the children would appreciate it. We're going to eat Poppy.
Give them
to honor her
an eating disorder.
Yeah, exactly. So I wrapped it up in the bin liner, carried it over to the bin, flipped open the lid of the bin, went to put it in the bin. The bin's full. So generally, what you do when the bin is full, it's never really full. So you give it a push down to make an extra bit of space in it. So I did that with the chicken. So I pushed down, and then as I pushed down, I went because it's diaphragm. The noise, I didn't know, but where the actual cluck noise comes from.
Like a wind instrument.
Yeah, it's in the chest cavity. So I'm squeezing a bagpipe and frightened the fucking life out of me. Like I jumped out of my skin. Oh my fucking god! What the fuck was that like? So I should I'm out of here. So it's into the bin, into the kitchen, So I have to console my daughter. Listen, it's okay. Dog got the fucking chicken. She, ripped her neck apart. So then I'm going, okay. So, I just forgot about it. Felt terrible. We were going to have chicken for dinner that night. That was the plan. So we put that off. It doesn't seem right. Just doesn't seem fucking right. So we'll hold off on having chicken for the moment. Maybe the next day or two. So then that passed. And the next, I'm agonizing about this. The next day, I'm fucking driving to work, and I'm thinking about the fucking chicken. Saying, man, what the fuck is that like that? Why do I feel so bad? It's only I've ate fucking tens upon tens of thousands of chickens, and never gave it a second's notice. It didn't bother me at all. Even when I thought about it, Jesus Christ, is this actually, the ethical thing to do, buying into the vegan propaganda, or, saying, well, really, I do have some responsibility. If I was actually, cared properly, I wouldn't eat meat or chickens at all. And when you start thinking about the amount of chickens that actually fucking die, it's incredible.
It's genocide, really.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. So, especially factory farmed ones, it's just yeah, it's a horror scene. It is a genocide, really. Just dumped out of trucks and fucking, heads, or I don't even know what they do, if they electrocute them or just if they boil them alive. But it's not good. So I'm taking on that and going, oh, for fuck's sake, like this is terrible. Like, can I eat chicken again now after doing that? And so that passes. So then, I'm just, doing a little bit more research on chickens because, well, my knowledge isn't complete here. So I have to say, okay, let me learn more about chickens and injuries. So now I know, okay, well, there is the potential for, the chickens to get injured. So I should increase my knowledge around that in case something happens again. And then I land on a page about fighting cocks. And so I'm reading down there, and it goes, cocks and hens are incredibly robust, even after when cocks are severely injured from fights, with some stitching and a little care and attention, and they can recover fully in a week to two. Yeah. So now I'm like, oh my God, I've murdered the chicken.
Murdered your friend.
Yeah, I fucking murdered the chicken. And then the thought hits me, well, perhaps I wanted to fucking kill the chicken. Subconsciously I wanted to do it. Like I was just looking for the right excuse and the right time.